Hi, it's Noreen Wenjen, author of To Your Waitlist, and I had a request on my YouTube channel to do a video for some ear training for advanced level around level 10, and whether it's for RCM or CM, it should help. It's not going to cover everything, but it'll give you some idea of some advanced ear training. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications if you are enjoying these types of videos, and be sure to leave a message and let me know if you thought this was helpful, and I'd love to hear feedback from you. All right, so let's get started. For ear training for today, I'm going to show you the difference of how a first inversion and a second inversion sounds. So let me just start with a root chord. And notice that there's just thirds in between it. And then the first inversion, notice there's more space in the top two notes. That's a perfect fourth versus the bottom two notes. Here it's a minor third. And then the second inversion has more space on the bottom because this is a 6/4 chord. So the 6/4 chords are called so because the bottom to the top note is a 6 and the bottom to the middle note is a 4th. All right, so when you're listening for a fourth, a good thing to listen to is Here Comes the Bride. Here it is. And that's second inversion. Here's the first inversion. Notice the top two is Here Comes the Bride here. And this is called also, the first inversion is called a 6/3 chord. Again, from the bottom to the middle note is a third, and from the bottom to the top is a 6. All right, so let's take a guess. I'm going to just stick with the C major and listen to hear if this is a first or a second inversion chord. I'll play it again. What did you guess? First or second inversion? If you guess second inversion, that is correct. Notice the bigger space from the bottom to the middle note than the middle to the top. Let's try another one in a different key. How about a minor key? Here we go. I'll play it again. Is that a first or second inversion? If you guessed first, you are correct. It is a 6/3 chord, first inversion. Let's do one more. Let's try a diminished triad. All right. I'm going to do that one more time because those always sound a little funny. All right, notice the big spaces on the bottom, so if you guess second inversion, you are correct. All right, now let's just play around with some intervals. How about a minor seventh versus a major seventh? Okay, to listen to the difference from a major seventh, I like to use the word it clashes. So, which clashes more, a major seventh or a minor seventh? Well, the major seventh has that little twang to it. The minor seventh, is what we use in a dominant seventh. So it actually has kind of more of a pleasant sound. All right, so here we go. Major seventh or minor seventh. If you said major seventh for your guess, that is correct. Here's the next one. This one, I had a couple requests to go backwards, so I'll do this one from the top down. What's your guess? Major seventh or minor seventh? If you guess major seventh, that is correct. All right, now let's try another one. What's your guess? If you guessed minor seventh, that is correct. Let's try another one. What is your guess? If you guessed major seventh, that is correct. Let's try one more. What's your guess? If you guessed minor seventh, that is correct. All right, now let's try a minor six versus a diminished six. So here's a minor six. Kind of has a sad sound to it. Here's a major six, just so you can compare. Major six kind of sounds like that doorbell. They use a major six. Minor six, I call it the evil doorbell, but here it is. Diminished six is just a half step smaller. So you're going to get into the perfect intervals. So diminished six actually just sounds just like a perfect fifth, because that's what it is. So let's go. Minor six or diminished six. If you said minor six, you are correct. Here's the next one. Minor six or diminished six. If you guessed diminished six, you were correct. Also sounds like a perfect fifth. Here's what a minor six would have sounded like for comparison. All right, now let's try some seventh chords. Let's try dominant seventh versus minor seventh. So for dominant sevenths, we have a major triad with a minor third on top. A minor seventh, we're going to have minor chord with a minor third on top. So these are fairly easy to tell the difference because the dominant one sounds happy, the minor seventh sounds sad. So let's just do a few of these quickly. I'll just play them as a group. And then if you guess, what's your guess? If you guess dominant seventh, you're correct. Here's the next one. What's your guess? If you guessed minor seventh, you're correct. Let me try some just playing them together. Dominant seventh. Next one. What's your guess? Dominant seventh. Next one. If you guessed minor seventh, that's correct. Okay, now diminished and half diminished. Sometimes this gets tricky because the diminished intervals are sort of squished together. And what makes it half diminished versus a fully diminished is, for a half diminished, for fully diminished, you have your minor third. So that's the diminished seventh. Now a half diminished, you're going to actually have a major third on the very top. Has a little more open sound. From the bottom to the top note is a minor seventh also, because we were talking about minor sevenths. So diminished versus half diminished. Listen for the openness here. Okay, here we go. Take a guess. That's a half diminished. Next. See if you can guess without playing individually. That is a diminished seventh. Here it is, one by one. All minor thirds. Okay, here we go. Half diminished or diminished. That is a half diminished. Next one. Also half diminished. Here's the next one. That is a diminished. Okay, now let's get into recognizing some of the chord progressions. I'll just make up some progressions here. It'll either be, let's just go for an easy key here. So 1 to a, let's do a 2 to a 7, which will be diminished, to a 3, to a 6, and a 5, 7, 1. Or the second progression is going to be a 1, major 4. And you really only need to listen to 2 chords and you're going to know the difference. Okay, here's the next one. Let's do a 2 diminished again. And we'll do this one the same, minor 3, and a 6, and a 2, and we'll keep these the same. And then we'll end with that 6 chord, which makes it a deceptive triad, a deceptive cadence. All right, so tell me if it's the first one or the second one that I'm playing. The first one is a major 1 and a minor 2 to a 7 diminished, and then a minor 3, minor 6, minor 2, 5, 7 to back to the major 1 key. You can write these down. And then the second choice is a 1, major 1 to a major 4 to a minor 7 diminished to a 3 to a minor 6, minor 2, dominant 7th to a minor 6 chord. Here we go. Which one did I play? I'm just going to play one of them. I'm going to do it in the same key that I did. So just listen for the first 2 chords and it'll tell you. Sorry, here we go again. 1. An easy way also is just to listen to the last chord. Was it major or minor? I did end on this, which is minor, so that was the second choice, okay? The ending with the deceptive cadence. Few scales, these are going to be easy. Just tell me if it's a harmonic minor or a melodic minor, a whole tone or a natural minor. If you said harmonic minor, listen for this kind of Egyptian sound. All right, here we go. Whole tone, melodic, harmonic, natural. Again. If you said natural minor, that's correct. Next one. All whole steps. That one is a whole tone. Next one. That is a melodic minor. And notice ascending and descending is a little different. We got the raised 6th and 7th going up and a natural minor going down. That is your melodic minor scale. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to play 2 chords. Tell me if it's authentic or deceptive. Authentic is 5 to 1. Or it could sound like this. Deceptive ends on 6. All right, here we go. Let's do a different key. So, again, authentic or deceptive. If you said deceptive, ending on the minor 6, you are correct. Here we go. That is authentic. 5 to 1. All right, next, texture, homophonic versus polyphonic. When you have a homophonic texture, it just means that the melody's mostly in one hand here, like think of a sonata. Polyphonic is more like a Bach. I think I'm in the wrong key. Okay, so you're just going to listen for the texture to see if the melody's in one hand or 2 hands. Here we go. If you said homophonic, you were correct. The melody was mostly on the right hand there. Okay, next one. If you said polyphonic, that was correct. All right, I'm kind of quickly going through this because I want to cover a lot of different things. Let's try some meter. How about 6/8 versus some type of a regular meter, 5/4. Here we go. 6/8 versus 5/4. Again. If you said 6/8, that is correct. Okay, how about this one? Okay, if you said 5/4 time, that is correct. How about alla breve time, 2/2 versus 4/4? This is a little tricky because you know when it's written out, it looks like it sort of could be counted either way if you're not really concerned about pulse, but once you really think about the pulse, you'll feel that the rhythm is either in 2, which is a strong beat and a weak beat, or if it's in 4, strong, weak, medium, weak. So listen carefully. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'll play a piece you might even know. All right, what is your guess? 4/4 or 2/2 time? Okay, let's see if I kind of played that correctly. It should be strong, strong, strong. So that should be alla breve time, 2/2, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong. All right, that's kind of difficult to discern sometimes because you really have to listen to the pulse. All right, let's just pick a couple of movements. Let's say in a French suite, would you have an allemande or a gigue? I'm just going to actually make up something. It's not actually Bach, but we'll get the tempo indications a little more correctly. A gigue is generally very fast and in 6/8 time. Allemande tends to be more of like an opening movement. It's tends to be a little bit slower and has a little more of the defined the melody, I would say. And okay, so here we go. Allemande or gigue? All right, that was a gigue. So think of it's kind of like happy, like a jig, like an Irish jig, and the allemande would be a little maybe more stately. Okay, and next, if you're trying to discern between different periods like classical versus Baroque, just remember that the classical, often in the examples, are going to have like an Alberti bass, like this. All right, so it'll be more like this. All right, I hope this helps for your advanced level ear training. Keep on working on it. And also another good idea is when you're studying your training, a great thing is to actually try to play some of these examples yourself. By playing it, you'll also create your muscle memory and you'll kind of think more about the intervals, how things are spaced, and you can apply basically your theory to your ear training. All right, good luck, best wishes. Let me know if there are any more requests. Put it down in the chat. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and please press the bell if you want to hear notifications when I drop new videos. Thank you.